This is the Wine Tasting with Comedians podcast. I'm your host, Lyall Behrens, and we have a very special guest. He's... I don't know why niggas always laugh when I say that.
We don't feel special. No, I'm kidding.
Comedians. No, man, he's appeared on Fox. He's appeared on the OWN Net. No, I want to intro you like it's a show.
Go for it. No, enjoy it. Yeah.
He's never mind. You fucked it up.
I'm sorry.
I known him for years. Good friend of mine, Jeremy Scippio. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. How about you?
Glad to have you here.
You know, I think what it is friends being formal. It's hard to switch gears, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, it's still got to be entertainment. It's kind of like when Eddie would be on Arsenio, and Eddie would be like, you know this shit.
Right. That's exactly how it is. Yeah. I'll pretend this is a Fox Soul interview. So,
that's funny.
Tell us why black women don't take accountability. No, I'm kidding. Try to get you canceled today.
Well, I don't want to step on that portion of the podcast. So what we do in the show is I pick out a bottle of wine that I think matches the comedian's style and personality. And for you, we got I was in Santa Barbara a few days ago, and I got this Petit Verdot from Paradise Springs. And I picked out Petit Verdot for you, Jeremy, because Petit Verdot want to just start off with like a nice little winery splash.
What's Petit Verdot mean? Like small dick or something? I know Petit. He trying to be funny. I don't trust
You're
Lyall.
getting very bridge and tunnel early. Didn't see you going this.
Oh, sorry.
Getting blue this early.
Sorry, I apologize.
So there's no apologies in comedy. You're good. No, but Petit Verdot is often used as a blending grape for blending Bordeaux style wines, for balancing out Cab Sauves. It's a part of a lot of different wines. You yourself are a part of a lot of different things. You're laughing at like the intro that I was giving you, but it's like you got like a really interesting resume. It's like I'll see you a part of so many things. Like 1 minute I'll see you'll be at the Comedy Store. You know, the next minute I'll see you like you in like Chicago at Zany's. Then you in New York. Then you doing a show in Thailand. Then you working the BET Awards. Then you doing some rooftop show where niggas are like, you can pay on Zelle, like you do a chicken night show. So it's like you'll be doing all these different types of shows, like you kind of know everybody in all these different places, and you're just a part of everything, similar to Petit Verdot. Petit Verdot is also it's kind of rare to find it as a single grape, and you're kind of rare in the sense that you are the only millennial black comedian I know with a black wife.
Yeah, I would not think he was gonna go there. That was a great setup. Well, I like to thank the Academy, the God, my mom. Hey, black wives are amazing. See, I said it on camera, dear.
Yeah, there's proof. There's proof.
But no, thank you, man. That's a compliment, bro. Honestly, I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
Mighty classy yourself, sir.
Let's get into this. Cheers, and we could just put our nose in. Let's start with aromas. What do you get on? I get some vanilla, and that's the thing with when you wine tasting, whatever you smell, whatever you taste, there's no wrong answer.
I'm
getting vanilla,
a little oppression. Yeah, taxes. No, I'm kidding. No, it's Okay. You say vanilla. I do get a little vanilla.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to say corny stuff, but it's a little rosy.
There's nothing corny about that.
A little on the sweeter side, if I'm not mistaken. You know, is it sweet or bitter? Is it?
It's a little on the sweeter side.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I took a So I used to work. One of my first jobs was my first job. I was a caddy at a country club, but then I went from being a caddy to being a busser in the restaurant area, and they had a wine specialist come in and teach the staff how to properly check wine and stuff like that. And I know the drippings are called the legs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they say, it's hard to get a good stir, and then open up the nostrils.
Yeah.
Make sure you
get some blackberry on that.
Blackberry, okay.
Yeah, a little boysenberry. Get like some I get those kind of like winter fruits.
Winter, okay.
Yeah, something.
You are a classy guy, bro.
I'm a Renaissance guy. I got different interests.
See, the thing is, like, I know I come off classier sometimes, but I be trying
classier than me.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was gonna make it a competition.
No, I'm about to say you get manicures, bro. No way. But I be like trying to hide the hood too. Like that's what I'm trying to find out. Trying to explain my.
That's why you Petit Verdot.
Petit Verdot.
Yeah. Because Petit Verdot like hides in a lot of different wines.
Okay.
I
can't say about. In Santa Barbara, I was actually there. Last I hosted. I didn't host. I performed at a. What's the day before the wedding? Whatever, I can't think of what it was, but
yeah. I've only been invited to one wedding as an adult. Does that say something about me or my friends?
I mean, hey, that means your friends love you because weddings are expensive. So
that's what I'm finding out. Like you got to pay to attend and shit.
It's a lot, man. I know some people were like, man, I can't make it. I feel bad. I'm like, no, you're good. You're good. You're actually saving me money.
Yeah.
So, no. But that was Santa Barbara's really nice. Like that,
it's a good reset. Santa Barbara and San Diego, I like is just like 24-hour resets. Get like a hotel tonight and then come back to LA to the madness.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fucking good. Let me know what you get on the palate. Oh, that's fucking good.
Yeah. No, it see, this is what I'm trying not to say like regular words. I want to say it got a kick to it. You're like this expensive
$45.
$45.
Not no $2 Chuck. Okay, I like you too much for that, Jeremy.
I appreciate.
We got too much history.
But no, this is good.
Yeah, vanilla, light. I get like light chocolate, a little light chocolate, some white pepper.
And I didn't get the berries before, but now I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Doesn't this feel like like Thanksgiving and like some people bring like them store-bought pies.
Yeah.
Doesn't kind of remind you of that, but in liquid form?
I thought you was going to talk about like the cranberry sauce. He said the store-bought pies.
Oh, that would have been if I brought a Pinot.
No, this is all right.
Oh, yeah, I'm enjoying this. Yeah, let me...
I like being
let me get you right here.
I actually perform at a fair amount of wineries. And
did you do Oregon?
Oregon. Where is it?
Didn't you do a winery in Oregon?
Yeah, what did I do in Oregon? I did
I was very jealous when I saw you did a wine because Oregon has some of my favorite Pinot Noirs. So I saw this had to be like 2021, 22.
Okay. And
I was responding to your Instagram story, and you're like, "Yeah, I even got like an extra bottle of wine." I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. No, I think next time I go up there, because actually I hit you up. Yeah, I remember. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you recommended somebody to me. I forgot who.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, you recommended something because I was looking for a comic. I was like, who got family in Oregon? Who got? Yeah, I remember that.
So wine, one big thing with wine is it's informed by real estate. Mm-hmm. So it's like you'll see like the way that I pick out wines is I'll see like I look at the grape and then I look at the area. So I'm like Pinot Noir, Willamette Valley, Oregon. I'm getting that. Mm-hmm. Say Calistoga, Cab Sauv, I'm getting that. Mm-hmm. And I think the same can be said for artists and comedians, like where we grow up informs us and our sense of humor. So Jeremy, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, but I don't know what wine be associated with there. I'm from the hood, so how about Taylor Port, Atlanta, Georgia? Is
there a connection between like Atlanta and Cincinnati at all?
No. Well, I don't know. Cincinnati is an interesting city because I would say so. My family has more influence. My mother was born in Brooklyn, so my family, most of my family, immediate family, is from New York, but I was born in Cincinnati. Cincinnati itself has a lot of Southern influence, but it's still Ohio. So I've always been like in the middle between, like, you know, the East Coast vibes and Southern vibes. I've always been like growing up,
like J. Cole.
I guess so. Yeah,
He's
right.
kind of like that. Yeah.
I was telling somebody that when it comes to J. Cole, because they were saying something like, "Oh, that New York sound is gone." I'm like, "What you think J. Cole doing?" It's like, well, he from North Carolina. I said he don't rap like a North Carolina nigga.
He don't. he sounds nothing like Petey Pablo.
Right. That's funny. Exactly. But yeah, I always felt torn just because, like I'll say growing up, I was jealous that I wasn't from New York. So I would kind of I would try to take that energy to school and stuff like that. And then, when the 2000s hit, that's when the South reigned or whatever. I always felt like a fish out of water around like everybody, because that's when Ludacris was popping, Nelly was popping, and I got like my Nas mind, and they like you old. I'm like, I'm 14.
Okay, I can really relate to this because moving from LA to Oakland when I was 13, I know it was the hyphy movement, and it was like E40 and Mac Dre and all that. I'm like, and Feder, and I can't relate to all that Doors Open, and I was into shit like Nas and Jay-Z and all that, and that was a rough time. It was a rough time for niggas that like to read.
I was actually telling my wife the other day how I remember being on a school bus at 3rd grade, and this is when Cash Money and No Limit hit hard.
Yeah,
they hit hard. And if we can keep it real now as adults, like people gonna get so mad at me. You talk about hot takes.
We're not even there yet. Do you want to get it off early? Or do you just say this?
I got more than this. So this is softball. I thought that music was so trash when it first came out, and people go like, "What? Lil Wayne, Juvenile, all that. They was hard. No Limit was hard." I was like, these niggas couldn't rap on beat. They brought rapping off beat into hip hop, and this. Oh. And people think I was tripping. You can't compare like the previous years where Tupac and Big, and then that was like the next year. You understand? Like Tupac and Biggie died 96, 97, and then these niggas hit the forefront. Yeah. And like listening to Ha, that whole song is offbeat. And then even like Mystical and Silk the Shocker, like they was professional offbeat rappers. And
Manny Fresh would be kind of offbeat with the drums too,
bro. They got in because they were gangsters. That's why they held up the DJs and was like, put our music on or we're gonna kill you. And it worked out in the long run. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got some legendary songs and rappers out of it. But
I'm glad we got Back That Ass Up.
Back That Ass classic. And it's on beat. But
that's why we all relate to it. Black people across America. That's why it's like
I respect it. And you can find Diamonds in the Dirt. But when that came out, my whole school was loving it and I was lost. I was like, this sucks. Like, you had like Snoop Dogg didn't just have like the biggest record. Dr. Dre, we had the biggest artists ever still. And we had Master P.
I mean, that whole No Limit era was like they put out music every week. It's not gonna be fucking good.
Yeah.
It's like Death Row, Bad Boy, Def Jam. They drop like maybe like a few times a year.
They're artists. Because
they're artists.
There's some Master P fans out there that's gonna hate me.
Master P. Like my favorite Master P verse was actually on Snoop Dogg's Lay Low, and I think that's because he rapped like 8 bars, and he had Dr. Dre probably made him do it like 20 times. Mm-hmm. I don't think like after 20 times, P will be like, "Hey, that's it, Wody. I'm not doing that shit." Yo, where you at? Like, I feel like you can relate to me on this. Like, how do you feel about Master P?
Master P. I was actually gonna say
he sets off my bullshit detector.
Of course. Yeah. My favorite Master P verse was his when he came on the ICDC college commercial, Lil Romeo's commercial. That was my favorite verse of all time. Yeah. Hey, you want to be like me? No. I think that's like an LA specific joke. I don't think anybody else would care about that. Awesome. ICDC college was attached to a grocery store. Anyway, all right. I'm telling you, I respect him. I respect the independency, the whole thing, and even musically, just how he came into the game. Because at the end of the day, like he did survive. You know what I mean? His not necessarily
New Orleans to Oakland and back.
He's he brought a lot of stuff to the forefront. And even like when Snoop Dogg was going through his death row drama, he's the one to save him. Yeah, bro. Like these gang members save communities, all right? They do good too. But musically, he was just never my Steve, you know what I'm saying? He hit like with na 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 na.
Yeah.
That hit like Lil Jon. You know what I mean? That hit like Get Low. You know what I'm saying? It's just some stuff culturally was just such a big movement. You can't ignore it. But you know, Master P would never be my cup of tea, bro. That's it.
Yeah, just it was that interview with him and Charlemagne, and Charlemagne's like, "Oh yeah, she had ass." So like one of the artists on the cover, he's like, "Hey, check it out. That's a female. Like, don't disrespect her." It's like you put the album cover out, P. You can't get mad at a nigga talking about it. 15 years later, like
gangsters have weird etiquette.
Yeah.
You just never know what gonna say. They be super formal 1 minute and then super hood the other minute. You can't, fake mafia members, man. That's it. I don't know.
It's very fucking confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. One of the worst quotes of human history was when Lil Wayne was in front of Katie Couric, and Katie Couric said, I forgot what the question was, but his answer was, he said, "Miss Katie, I'm a gangster. Gangsters don't ask questions." Nigga, shut the fuck up. Like what? Bro, I mean, I could say a couple hacky jokes right now, but at the end of the day, gangsters ask questions. That was dumb, but I get it. You just got to roll with, like, I'll tell you what I learned about LA. When somebody Southwest should ask you where you from, they don't want an answer. That means run. They banging on you. Hey, where you from? That's not Ohio. That's not the answer. That's what I learned.
You can't even give them I'm from nowhere.
No,
you just run. That's your advice.
There's nothing you can say. I mean, unless you have the real answer, which is like, I think you got to name like your nickname, what street you was raised on. You know what I'm saying? And what gangster you had like the most connection to. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that answer, that question does not mean where were you born. Yeah. That's crazy.
It's funny. One of my boys, he was like, man, it's like, because I be asking like, yo, why is it like that out there? And it's always, oh, you don't get it. And I just don't understand why, like, with wearing a hat, y'all just don't be like, man, fuck y'all niggas. That's between that gang shit and the fucking Seattle Mariner hat, and you can't wear this hat. That's just between y'all. I like baseball, nigga. Fuck out my face. And he was like, why don't y'all just do that? And it's like, I gave him an answer for it. It was like, there's not enough fucking civilians that are down to fight gang members. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's always some good and some bad when it comes to culture. Yeah. I say the initial concept was for protection because the police weren't protecting the communities. So, the people had to take it amongst themselves. And, I'm not going to sit here and defend it, but, the initial concept of it, I understood. Just like anything, there's always going to be a little bullshit in the magic, and you have to find it has to find its piece. Yeah. Same with hip hop. Same with wines. I'm pretty sure, you see this, what makes a wine worth, $1,000 sitting next to a wine is like, like the bottle worth more than the contents. You know what I'm saying? So, somewhere in there, you got to find the magic. I don't know. Maybe this stuff's working on me. I don't know where that came from.
I've never. You reminded me of the old phone calls we used to have, like back when we was sophomore and junior years in this. I want to get back to Cincinnati though, real quick.
Let's go.
So like growing up, would you say like kind of like growing up there, you just kind of always felt like kind of out of place and like you kind of always wanted more for yourself? Because it sounds like you grew up around a lot of shit that just didn't resonate with you.
You know what? That defines it pretty well. I wouldn't say it didn't resonate with me, because in my mind it was normal. Okay. It just was what it was. But I would say, TV, movies, it was such an outlet that made me desire more.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody did. I just was blessed with the means to, I don't want to say make it out, but just, I would say
transition.
Yeah, sure. Transition. Yeah. I'm not gonna make a joke about that. But like for example, I drew my first talent, as my mother would say, that's your real talent. Like I used to draw, and then I just got really good at it. In elementary school, we always had a lot of bullies. Like a lot of kids that that's just how they express themselves. It's funny how much patience and like I can define what was going on back then. I was just like either fighting or get my ass whooped. But like it's just the neighborhood was just very I don't know, it was just a part of the culture of it. But me being able to draw, it made my bullies like me. Like they were like, oh, that they became my friends because of that talent.
Mean niggas will respect the skill.
Yeah.
They like, especially if it's something they can't do.
Yeah. They were like, yo, hey, can you draw this? Can you, hey, draw my whatever. Like, oh, you draw Spider-Man, you draw and then I remember when Street Fighter 3 came out, man, I was in my bag, bro. Like, what you want? Hey, what you want? You want Ryu, Ken? Dalzine, bro. I was drawing like crazy. So that became an outlet. And I got sent to a higher education school after that. Just an advanced education. You know, this is the way it works, whatever.
Niggas love downplaying being smarter than everybody around them.
I mean, but it's like, was I smarter or I just wasn't on Ritalin? I mean, I don't know. It's like you get rewarded for not having a learning disability. I don't know. But yeah, then I just went to a different school and it put me around different types of people, different races of people. Because to third grade, I only went to school with black people. And then fourth grade, my mother was down for me. My second grade teacher was the one who kind of pushed for it. Yeah. But my mother, she encouraged me going to a different school, mainly because she wanted me to be more adapt to different types of cultures and stuff, specifically white people, because I wasn't around white people before third grade. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like still a little weird around white people, or do you feel, when did you like be like, okay, I'm like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, or do you still kind of always feel like a little weird around white people? Because I kind of think you a little weird with white people.
No, I love white people.
I didn't say you don't like them.
I love white people. White people are my friend. I love everything white people love. I love. I don't know what you're talking about, Lyall. This is really good wine.
You love starting wars. You love genocide. You love disenfranchising the community. You love everything white people love.
Depends on who my agent is.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's
man, look, we've been doing comedy together enough. You know what I talk about.
Yeah, I know what you talk about.
I know what you talk about.
Yeah, you know what I talk about.
But for the sake of the podcast, I'd say the adaptation, it never stops. You're always adapting to a new element of, the dominant culture, and some people adapt to it better, and even me, I'd say people assume
people adapt to it better. I just heard like, hey, it's some niggas who don't have black wives, if you catch my drift. That's what I heard. I heard what Killer Mike said, like if none of my critics have a black wife or whatever he said. That's what I heard right there.
Look, man.
I can read you subtext.
Yeah, look, man. I love white people. Like, what if I just, what's funny? Out of context, that's going to be the clip.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like, Jeremy Scippio is a terrorist to black culture. We have proof from Lyall Behrens podcast. And it'd be like, I love white people. See, there it is.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like white dudes aren't racist, but they like get weird around like black people.
I said it to the homie before, because he presented it to me, because I think the divide amongst certain races, it tears at people, whether they realize it or not. It don't tear at me, but it tears at people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's top 10 of problems in America, believe it or not. But
you don't think race is a top 10 problem in America?
No, because there's things that come before that. You know what I mean? Like we if we could respect culture, then we can get down to why people are racist. If you can't even respect culture, why the heck people? We live in a place where people want to forget race. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that's middle child syndrome right there. Like, why do you want to forget the thing that make people unique? I don't think
people want to forget race. I think they want to forget race when it's convenient, is what I would say. Because it's like
all of that.
Well, it's like, okay,
when is it never convenient for certain people?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, okay, like people want to not think about race when it's time to party, when it's time to fuck somebody different. People don't want to think about race when it's just, well, let's just keep things light. But then it's like, you get somebody enough drinks. You like, especially us, like we're out a lot around like a lot of people that often have shit in their system.
Speak for yourself. This is my media training kicking in. I was playing, but no, I hear what you're saying.
You in the comedy clubs, you know. It's like, but we're around, especially like the comedy adjacent motherfuckers, where it's like, okay, they're not, they know like, because those be the real fucking weirdos. Like the people that's like adjacent to comedy and kind of hang around the comic or like bar managers or whatever.
I put it in better words. You know, there's other facets of business in comedy if you're not a comedian. Like you can do different things and, you know, be a part of different. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. And those people will start asking you weird nigga questions after like a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like after like 30 minutes after post show hang. So it's like, I think like, you know, people want to forget when it's convenient.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, I think you're talking about the next step, which is, you know, now we're diving into the psyche of, you know, what makes somebody racist versus not. But I just say, you know, when you hear people talk about race and they say things like, you know, we're all the same.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I've done research and, you know, it's only skin, you know, underneath we're all the same, equality, you know, like it's those are I don't
believe in eugenics.
That's the main narrative when it comes to speaking about race.
Yeah.
But it's not the solution because once again, middle child syndrome, if you're not being seen, you're not being heard. If you're not being heard, you know, I've learned, and because I travel a lot too, that's one thing I'll say is a blessing is I've been able to adapt to different cultures and respect cultures from city to city, state to state. Every 20-mile radius, there's a little different culture. And if you don't adapt while traveling, you're gonna die. Man, all that outside shit, all that internet shit, it don't matter when it's you versus the people.
Yeah.
You versus that, you know what I mean? And you can't bring some stuff from one area to the next.
You can't bring that woke echo chamber bullshit to this fucking town of Missouri, and you can't bring this conservative, they're gonna take our fucking gun shit to the West and vice. Like, you gotta be a fucking person.
Adaptation is survival. So, you know, like I said, I would just say the main narrative is cultures and just respective cultures. I've been so big on that, and you can fill that up. No. But I just think people get those things mixed up a lot, and I say, you know, I didn't realize it as much growing up, but because of the environments I've been in, it helped me adapt to cultures a little more easier, you know, like hear what people saying, hear what people coming from. Even if I disagree, I can just, you know, mess with their perspective. You know
when did you move from Cincinnati to LA?
2010. Yeah. 2010, 2011, yeah.
Wait, so when did you start stand up? Because I think I started 2010.
I started 2010.
Okay, yeah.
But then I visited LA. I visited LA a few times before, but I visited LA with no goal in mind, you know what I mean? And the comedy thing was just like right in my face, you know what I mean? So I would say started comedy April 2010 and
all right, September for me.
September? Yeah. But that was, I started in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I moved here. I forgot when I moved, but I just know like that's what made me, you know.
You were the first comic I connected with in LA that was like on my level.
Really?
Yeah, because everybody else was like, I connected with people like, they were like kind of higher up, like Rel, Chinadu, and it was people like lower, and then like both of them, like the people that were higher up.
Wait, what you trying to say? No, I was playing. No. But no,
I started at the same time.
I feel you because Rel was one of the first comedians. I remember seeing him host Chocolate Sunday, and I was like, damn, like, you know, that's cool. Somebody, you know, a younger person is like doing something that big. So I feel you.
Yeah, he would do all the current event shit, and he's fucking crushing. And then like I would meet like the comics who were like lower level to me, and it's just not funny. But they will come up to the Bay, and then, you know, just try to use all that LA shit. But you were the first guy where I'm like, oh, this is a version of me, but down here.
Yeah.
And then we we met at that brewery show in Westwood.
Is that where it was? I remember talking to you on like, it was some steps or whatever. I think we met before that. We met before that.
Okay.
But I think that was because you talking about Bruco.
Yeah.
I think we met before that.
Jay
But I think
Monopar,
I just remember having like a deep conversation with you there.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. That I think we met before that though. But I could be wrong. But yeah, I remember that. And then we kind of, hit it off. Well, I give respect to you was I always get this is the thing about getting older. I can't remember. So I have several like first headlining gigs in my mind.
Yeah.
But I think your show in Berkeley at the Marsh Theater was one of my first headlining gigs. I don't know if it was the exact first because I think somebody called me out, be like, "Wait a minute, nigga, no, I was the first." But I just know
it was a theater. It was properly promoted.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And hey, that's when I realized I was like, "Oh, lie about his business, bro."
I am. Yeah. Well, that's the thing that kind of bothers me because I have like a certain persona, like online and on stage, where people think like, "Oh, this crazy wild nigga," but I'm like, but then it's also like it's like a light switch. It's like night and day when it comes to the business for me.
Yeah.
And it's, I could get a little Dame Dashy.
Well, in this business, you have to. Every time I meet somebody who's like, who I would say their outward persona is, who's a celebrity, who's their outward persona is like super likable. It never ceases to amaze me how much of a business shark they are.
Yeah.
I think people are hip to Seinfeld now, but I think people like back in the day, they thought they was gonna meet Jerry from the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who like, what's going on here? They thought they was gonna meet that dude.
The nigga gonna be talking about cereal and shit.
Yeah, but when you meet him, he be like, "Hey, don't touch me." You be like, "Whoa, what?
Get your hands off me!
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Bro, don't touch me." Yeah, he be like, "Huh?"
Like with him with Kesha, which she's like, "Can I get a hug?" No, I don't think so,
bro. And people be waiting for the chuckle, and he be like, I admire the shark side, in some respects, and it's funny you mentioned Dame Dash because. Man, I'd say for anybody who is trying to adapt to business culture, like listen to Dame Dash, like really listen to him. Like take your lens off of who he is and listen to what he's saying because the things that he say can help your life. Like seriously. Like if it wasn't for me like tapping into my business side, I wouldn't make money in comedy because there's nobody telling you how to make money in comedy.
No.
No, they don't tell you how to make money in comedy.
I don't tell niggas how to do that. and niggas have asked me like, "Yo, how Lab City, man? How'd you get it?" Like, it's like I'm not the game is meant to be sold, not told. Even our fucking producer here be asking me shit. Even Mark be like, "Nigga, I'm not telling you. I'm not giving up the goods."
That's hilarious. Mark gonna shut it down like. But no,
sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
but seriously though, like I had to learn from the film industry how to make money in comedy. I didn't learn from the Can you
talk about that at all?
Huh?
Can you talk about that at all?
The film industry?
No, how you learned from the film industry how to make money in comedy.
You just said the game is sold, not to be told. You want me to tell
that's
my secret sauce?
Like,
you want me to tell mine? Bro.
You could be more generous than me.
No, I would just say the most basic version. I ain't telling everything, but I would just say in the film industry, like you name your rate. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know like how you value yourself is how they'll value you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have the balls to say that. You know what I'm saying? Or put that in writing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But once you get paid that, then you know it. Yeah. And then when people pay you that, then you be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that doesn't mean you can't accept lower. That don't mean you can't accept more. That don't mean nothing. Like a favor is a favor always. You know what I'm saying? Like always, always, always. And friendships are friendships. You know what I mean? Yeah. That don't mean be cutthroat to your friends or nothing like that. But I just say once I knew my value, it changed the game for me.
Relationships it's funny because it's like there are two things I think about. One is every kind of really good thing I've gotten in comedy has somehow came from another comic. Yeah. And another thing I think of is it was when I was back out from New York and I was bouncing between here and getting ready to move out here. And then we did Venice Townhouse. And then you and we rode to Comedy Store. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't been here in a minute. And I still kind of had that like kind of weird post-lockdown energy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you're like, man, you got to go to the store, bro. And what you said was, every really good thing that's happening in my career came from the Comedy Store. Yeah. You said that.
Yeah. Truth be told, I've had my ups and down relationships when it comes to the Comedy Store. But just sitting back, I had to be real with myself. Like, the reason why I'm able to pay my rent now is because of the Comedy Store. Yeah. So that's me separate my ego from like, reality.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, when I'm there, I get rained on. Not every day, but one day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I give the Laugh Factory Improv props too. But I just say that most of my opportunities I've gotten in comedy has come from the Comedy Store. So yeah. Yep.
All right, so a little flashback memory. So this wasn't when you did the march. You were in the Bay for. I don't know why you was in the Bay.
I don't know why you were in the Bay.
Well, no, because the first time you was doing like
yeah, I remember. Yeah, I did your show. Yeah.
No, but this wasn't that. This was like 2016 and 2017 or something. So you're in layover in Oakland, and you're doing my room there. It's like a Tuesday, and then you come up and like packed out, stay in a room only. Okay. Then you come up to me and you say like, are these all comics? I'm like, no, it's not an open mic. It's like, no, these are like, this is audience. And you're like, wait, really? And I'm like, are you saying that because you're not used to it being like this on like a Tuesday bar show in LA? Or are you saying this because they not dressed well? And you said, I'm gonna do my Jeremy Scippio impression. You said, honestly, a little bit of both. It's like I say, it's like kind of, it's in between. Like, why the fuck are they dressed like that? Like, only comics look that poor. Like, but like they're white and it's like thrift store shit. that's what you said.
Okay, look, I will say I do not recall the events that you speak on, but I do remember being there. That was in Oakland, right? Yeah. Samuel Bay was on the show. That show? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Doing his knock joke.
Oh God, that's what the hell, right?
I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm a business for myself out here.
Yeah, look, that's your guy. Okay, so I mean, it's my guy too, but respect. Yeah, I don't remember that one specific. I don't remember that. Me saying that specifically, but I do remember that being a really decent show. Like it was. I would say the location is what made me nervous. Yeah, I was like, that was a pretty. It was like it's like downtown LA. Like how some streets be really popping, and then some
downtown
streets
LA and downtown Oakland look similar too,
bro. Yeah. Like it's like some street, like you turn left, it's not a soul on that street, and I was impressed by the fact that it felt like the Billie Jean video on the streets, but then when I got inside, it's people in there.
Yeah.
So I was impressed. I don't remember saying that. Maybe I was just me being cheeky or offhanded or whatever. But
no, overall, you asked like you did because I was like, are you asking because of this or this? And then you was being genuine.
Once again, I was impressed that it was people in that spot. It was a good spot.
You weren't as jokey then as you are now. You're a lot more like jokey and like chill.
Bro, if you ask different people on different days, people be like, oh, he's always smiling. People, he never smiles. I don't know.
I think like you an industry nigga now.
I'm an industry nigga?
Yeah, Tell me
more.
You ain't, well, for one, you talk like first off, to get on a podcast and say, like, as a nigga from the hood and say, I don't think race is a top 10 problem in America. It's like, ooh, that's media training right there. Like that's some Will Smith talk right there. That's like,
but I think culture is though. Culture is first.
But culture's like interwoven with race though.
It's not. That's the sad part. I wish it was. I wish it was.
Culture is interwoven with race.
Not as I think people conflate the two, and that's why we get a lot of confusion on like answers, like things that could actually help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give the smallest example I can give. Okay, and I'm not going to go deep. I'm not going to explain
I'm not going to push back. I'm not going to push back today. Because I don't feel like doing that type of pod.
Thank you. Yeah. But I just like, like to certain white people, a second generation African is the same as a black American. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you're wild. But culturally, we're completely different.
Yeah.
Because Africa is a whole continent with their own. I mean, you talk about how many countries in Africa and how many traditions, how many cultural differences that and these people grow up in that type of household versus somebody who grows up, with strictly a black American values and their adaptation, their system. You know what I'm saying? But people treat these people the same. And culturally, we almost couldn't be different.
Yeah, because you could because there's somebody in West Africa that looks more like you. There's somebody in South Africa that looks more like me. And I would rather hang out with you than either of them niggas. Especially the South African.
I am not going there. I'll just say, I'm just saying that, look, LA and Bay, 2 different areas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Similar, but confuse a LA nigga with a Bay nigga. Confuse a Bay nigga with LA nigga. You're going to get a mouthful. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get an earful. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to explain people, I'm from Cincinnati. They be like, oh, so yeah, what part of Cleveland you from? I'm like, I'm from Cincinnati. They be like, oh, ain't the same? I'm like, LA and Bay. They go, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Cleveland got more in common with Detroit than Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? It's just, these places are closer together. But I'll tell you, the reason why I'm the guy to say that sentence is because I travel a lot. I see people at who they are, and I'm just around. I respect people's differences.
I love when like a nigga becomes like a Anthony Bourdain travel ambassador, and it's like, let me tell you something, nigga. I've done comedy all over the motherfucking world, so I can say this shit. You niggas can't, because that's what I read. I read between your media training, you industry nigga, like, because you became an industry nigga in like, I think like 2017, 2018 is kind of when you became.
I love perspective. Ask the industry about me. They'll be like, who? Who are you talking about? But hey, whatever. But you know, what Eminem, I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
Okay, what do you consider an industry nigga? Like, what do you? See, I don't even know how to say the word industry right. I was fucking up. Like,
say your piece.
Like, what do you consider an industry nigga though, Jeremy? Like,
oh man, that's funny. First of all, I like to say the views reflected by Lyall Behrens do not reflect those of Jeremy. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Industry nigga. What do you mean by what is the word nigga mean?
I feel like I'm talking to Gary Anderson now.
NIG, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Industry. No, I'm kidding. That's Tupac.
Kinda.
That's Tupac.
Yeah, no, kinda though. Yeah.
No,
because industry niggas let a lot of shit slide, and like I'm not trying to say like they pussy, but you know.
No, I just say the roughest definition that just if you asked me that on the street without my interpretation, you would say somebody who got some type of representation, just on the basic level. You know what I mean? Somebody who got something to lose, you know, because it's about relationships, whatever.
Yeah.
So I could see that, but I don't consider myself an industry nigga.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just personally, you know. I mean, but if somebody were to say that,
but you talk like one.
I talk like a well-traveled man. I legit. I'm well-traveled, bro.
You are well-traveled. I'm not denying that. Yeah. And you do speak well-traveled.
Yeah, I'm well-traveled.
But you also speak like somebody that's got relationships and you know, got certain things that they want to. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't think you're asking the right question, because you asking me. You say I got something, bro. I'll flame this whole podcast, bro. You like, go ahead. That's what it is. Like, let's run it. Yeah,
I'll burn it to the ground and then
burn it. Yeah.
You want a Cat Williams interview?
Everybody I don't. We get it.
I'll say something that everybody be mad at both of us, and
I wouldn't mind that.
They be like, "Why'd you go there?" They're like, "Why'd you go there?" And now you fighting off gay rumors.
Yo, what the hell? All right. We need to bring this shit the fuck back. We need to bring.
That's what they did to Shannon Sharp.
Well, he got the list with the clothes.
Bruh, he was.
So let me tell you something.
He was cool before. All of a sudden, after the Cat Williams interview, he was the gayest nigga in entertainment after Meek Mill. I'm like, damn.
Remember before that, he was like the low key incest nigga. Remember the way he held his daughter? Like, he was like, "This my daughter. Come here, baby." And then she came, and then he had like his hand kind of like on her thigh, and it's like.
Cultural differences. If you from the South, it's okay to grab your wife by the. Anyway, look. Look.
Well, Cincinnati's kind of by the South. So
look, man. Doing? Hey, I told you I was influenced by New York. Nah, look, man. Where are we? Look, I did not confirm or deny. No, but no, I say with Shannon Sharp, you know, I've always respected him, to be honest with you, and even despite, you know, like I respect him even now, because I feel like him and Skip Bayless somewhere along the line had this conversation, like, you wouldn't be nowhere without me, and he's like, look, I'll show you, and then like, look, 2 years later, like, bro, he hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you know, like that was the move, man. So, you know.
Well, and you know, he was like a fucking world-class athlete. So it's like he's got that competitive drive in him. So it's like for him to be like successful multimedia-wise post-Skip, I'm not saying it wasn't hard, but it's like he can fucking do it. Yeah. It's not the same as, you know, waking up and training 12 hours a day and waking up at 6 a.m.
Facts. I mean, we all got that gear that we could tap into. Watching, you know what I mean by we all. And you know, and maybe it might need some you know, they talk about white guilt, some white doubt in order to motivate us sometimes to be like, I'll show you.
Yeah, because like if a nigga do that, it's just like, you niggas don't know shit. But let a white person do it, it's like, I need to, and it turns into like fucking Hidden Colors or some shit. Like, you gonna get these astronauts back.
Well, so look, since I'm industry nigga, let's talk about your claim to fame.
What I have a claim to fame?
You know you do. You have a whole branding. I think you abandoned the branding. You trying to switch your brand.
Yep. A little bit.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the wine shit's about. You a coon ass nigga. That is your brand, bro.
Yeah. I didn't expect anybody to call me out on it.
What happened?
Why am I switching the brand a little bit?
Yes. Why are we drinking wine when we was?
Because I'm tired of doing like these little fucking independent comedy shows dealing with these weird bar white people, and then like them saying weird shit to me. I want to be in the comedy, but I don't want to be in the comedy clubs in the way that you niggas are in the comedy clubs, because I have a little too much of an independent streak, you know? So it's like I want to like get my own base up and do things like my way. And, you know, so I'm like just making certain adjustments.
All right. My response to that is, you said you have an independent streak, right?
Yeah.
My response to that is, who doesn't?
Well, I fucking act on it.
Okay, look. As you see right now, the way the industry works is they like to see you killing at what you do.
Yeah.
And they like to appropriate your momentum.
Yeah.
I was at the store the other night, and Mark Norman, somebody asked him a stray question. Like, it was almost like
was it on stage or like outside?
Outside.
Okay.
It was like a you know, like that press conference post, like, so what did you do wrong? What can you do to improve on that type of shit? And he's like, yeah, I just want to make sure that you know, work on my game, and you know, just mumble off into the distance as if I'm saying something real.
Yeah.
But no, he said they asked him, do you have somebody that edits your clips? You know, do you have somebody go around with you? And he said, no, I do everything myself. You know, he said I don't even trust anybody to do it. You know, and when I heard that, I was like, damn, that's respect, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and even me, man, I switch between like doing it myself and then hoping somebody, you know, saves me, for lack of a better term. But, you know,
believe in you.
Huh?
Believe in you.
Would you believe in myself, you mean?
No, I mean,
you hope somebody
believes in you. Like, you said, save myself, lack of a better term, but I'm like, believe in you.
Yeah. I mean, but even like Matt Rife, which I can say is currently like the Drake of our culture, right? You know, I'm just keeping 100. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's great.
You know, he's now doing Netflix.
Yeah.
It's on his second Netflix special that stemmed from him doing his own thing on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, how contrived that is, I don't know. Because I'm not an industry nigga. But I'll just say, perception-wise, he literally put out specials on YouTube, and now he's doing specials on Netflix. I would like to see that done with what camera? I would like to see that done with Ali Sadiq. I want to see his next special on Netflix, because he is killing it. I mean, is there a better comic killing it like on pure independent hustle?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, he put out 4 masterful specials on YouTube. Nigga, I don't want Ali Sadiq competing with 6-year-olds with TikTok account. Like, can we stop this madness, bro? Give them a Netflix special. That's all
I'm thinking about is you say you're not an industry nigga, but you know which camera to look into.
I'm asking which camera
to look into.
Stop the madness. Yours is that one. That's mine. That's funny. But I'm just saying, like,
nothing. You love the game.
The game is the game is.
I don't watch comedy though. That's another thing. Like I should probably start doing.
Bro, honestly, I'm trying to watch it again. I didn't watch it for a while.
Yeah.
But I would say Ali Sadiq was the one that made me. I was like, you know, bro, the noise is hard to ignore.
Yeah.
Like, let me see what this is about. Nigga on YouTube.
I really like Phil Hanley. That's the one guy I really watch.
Okay, I haven't seen him. Is that the
crowd work guy?
Okay,
he's a coon. You know, that's why I like him. He's like a white Canadian coon.
Have you done your list of coons, the top coons in the industry? You should just go for it.
Yeah. Well, I have some like off the top. Like you just act like okay, Mike Epps, cooning. Mark Norman's a coon. You know, it's a lot of.
They be white coons.
Robert Williams is the biggest white coon. Oh my goodness, what are we doing? Jesus, I'm the Dalai Lama. He was cooning all the time.
We need like Lyall's white coon tycoons list. Like I'm fucking up your podcast. You need to be.
No, this is good.
We need to bring coon ass nigga Lyall back, bro. Like bring
you
it back.
You don't think I'm cooning anymore? You don't think I be? Like...
I guess this is cooning, but not to me. Really, I guess this.
We talked about race and industry niggas and fucking and rap music in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Oakland. This is a coon podcast.
That's not cooning. That's not cooning. Cooning is pander. I don't think you're pandering. I think you're being real.
It's different genres of cooning.
That's true.
So what I'm saying is like this is genre.
This is my spectrum.
Okay,
my spectrum is on a scale from Wayne Brady to Lil Wayne. How much are you? What type of coon?
Oh, see, I'm not even in that. That's some other shit. They'd be like that. Yeah, they some different types of. When I say cooning, I mean like okay. I use the analogy I use as presidents. Okay. I say like Bill Clinton was a huge coon, like playing the saxophone. You know, getting himself sloppy toppy, eating all that McDonald's.
How is that cooning?
Well, he did at work, is what I should say. Not like fellatio is cooning, but fellatio work is cooning. Especially if you got a government job. You know. By the way, having a government job is cooning. That's a coon job.
That's
just
hilarious.
Like getting paid by the government, you coon.
You need to bring this guy back, bro. It's time to unearth coon nigga. Wow. Like that bring him back, bro. Bring him back. We need. He been gone.
Are you talking about when I was like whining at the Westwood Bruco?
Nah, I'm talking about you, bro. You would take your frustrations online. You would call out coons. You would, bro. That was your thing, bro.
Back when I was like just beefing with niggas all over the place.
20 was it? I think you probably killed that dude in 2020, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I want to be like pliable in LA. Like I can't just be.
I think you're overthinking it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Cause like niggas was trying me for a minute, and then like I slapped somebody, and then like it got and then people was like, he deserved it. Don't worry.
Having a podcast on the Sunset Strip is pretty cool, bro. I'm saying it's good behavior, bro. We around all the people who got all the money, bro. Sorry.
I thought you was gonna say it's pretty industry nigga.
But nah, bro, that was your thing. Oh, I'll tell you something else funny you did since we doing memory lane. I remember you was like, yo. You said everybody's post on Facebook is so predictable. You go, I will, you said, send me a name. I will do the post. I will emulate the post, their next post.
Yeah.
Right. And yo, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, nigga, do me. He put like some fictional date.
I did.
Of a club in Nova Scotia.
I can tell the way you love like layering it out, because then you would do it where it'd be all big and then you put the right fonts and you'd have like the dash there. Like,
you know that came from. I feel like when I like first got momentum in comedy, people put me in this category of like political comedian, and before I even understood what a political comedian is, so I tried to adapt, but I never fully adapted. So I was like, when everybody, I say around 2015, 2016, everybody was political. Everybody had an opinion on some shit they was not educated on. So I was annoyed. I was like, man, y'all like taking the thing that I could like run with. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I just think something so funny about people going like, this is what's wrong with our economy. You know what? Why people voting for Trump? This sucks. And then to see Saturday night, I'll be at Marty's from 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. Bro, I just thought that was so funny. And then from there, because it got such a big response, I just kept putting literally just my show dates with specific information, no flyer. Just literally show that information. And that shit went like its own version of viral back then. Yeah. To the point where like the homie came up to me, he was like, yo, you killing on Facebook. I'm like, nigga, what? I was like, he was like, yeah, man, like I don't know nobody who does as many dates as you and blah, blah, blah. But what annoyed me, I didn't mind that he said that as a compliment. He said that in front of around some big dogs. I'm like, bro, please don't do that. Yeah. They like, who the fuck is you? But he was like, you the only person I know that's like Facebook viral. I've never heard these terms coincide.
Well, and that's why you Petit Verdot, because you're a little bit everywhere.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I appreciate you.
All right, so before we get out of here, I want to do, because you are one of the few guys I've had on here that's a fellow head, hip hop head.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. By the way, don't it sound weird when like niggas say head?
When you say head, I was just like, I don't know what you talking about. But then you say hip hop head, I'm like, okay,
yeah. But like, because us heads, and it's like, say hip hop head, but I want to have some fun with you.
Okay.
Pause. Wait, we don't know homo time over here. What am I talking about?
I was in New York in May, so yeah. Pause, bro. Harlem, bro.
Harlem, okay, well, they pausing in Harlem, or they no homo in Harlem?
Way more than before. They're paused, bro.
Really,
pause.
really.
Yeah. Not
Is
not
any
no
part
homo.
of New York no homo anymore?
Not no homo. Pause, and there's another one too. I can't think right now, but bro. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ayo.
That's Ayo. Oh yeah, Ayo. Yeah. Oh, this one. They go, man. You. That's crazy. They say that. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Yeah.
So, but being that you are like, I would because a lot of comedians I think have really bad basketball takes, really bad hip hop takes, and really bad restaurant recommendations on the road.
That's
like
hilarious.
Those are two. But you're somebody so if there's a comic that has like a good take on one of these things, I want to get into some shit with them. So, because I really respect your hip hop takes. Okay. Even the ones I don't agree with, they're sophisticated.
Okay. So,
let's start here. Hot hip hop takes.
Okay.
I got like two. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar is a murderer. And I'm not talking about Drake.
You ever walk your homie down, open case? You talking about that line?
That line is definitely alluding to that. But if you listen to a lot of I want to say the subtext, he literally said in Good Kid, Mad City, if I told you I murdered a nigga at 16, would you believe me? Or who you perceive me to be, innocent Kendrick Lamar, like, yo, he says it. Or in the Blacker the Berry, is that the name of the song? Yeah. He said literally, he alludes to it, I'm the biggest hypocrite of 2015, and he goes through the whole song. At the end of the song, he said, gang banging made me kill a nigga blacker than me, hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? And even like, damn, he pretty much, the theme is ain't nobody praying for me, right? And everybody goes like, no, Kendrick, I love you. I pray for you. He like, nah, man, mortal man. He said, it was shit hit the fan. Is you still a fan? When shit hit the fan, is you still a fan? You know what I mean? Like pretty much he talked about R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. He said, did he really touch those kids? The shit hit the fan. Is you still a fan? I think he's alluding to him murdering somebody. I think that, and also you should be gracious. I'm giving you this. I shouldn't give you this, because if that shit come out and this go viral, bro, we on. You know what I'm saying? But even and
then I'll do a next take, and then you get the next take. Yeah.
But even as my last one.
But finish the Kendrick one, and I'll go.
Yeah. He said, what was another one he said? I was like, dang, he said, ain't nobody praying for me. I think it's about then. Yeah. Like when that happens, like, because they see it taking a life. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I think that Kendrick Lamar murdered somebody at some point.
Do you? He obviously doesn't feel good about it.
He obviously doesn't feel good.
Like it's tearing him up. And we saw dude who was on Bad Boy that turned himself in for a body.
Was that Black Rob?
No, that was no.
G-Dep?
G-Dep. Yeah, that was G-Dep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it stays, especially when you famous, you got all this stuff, and it's like it's probably I'm not even going to speculate the situation, But I think there's a lot of validity to that. Because I've also heard that among, and yeah. Okay. Okay. Do you think he's also kind of leaving these hints in case it comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like you said, I think the guilt is making him say, I mean, I think that if it ever does become a thing, like it will be, I think America together will be the biggest hypocrite because we're going to let that nigga walk. We're gonna be like, get Kendrick Lamar out of jail. He's too talented. He deserves a couple of bodies. He deserves it.
Well, let's be honest. Like a Kendrick Lamar body would be different than a King Von body. Because a Kendrick Lamar body is like, all right, well, the nigga's 5'4". What else is he gonna do?
But ain't that a problem though? There should be no exceptions.
Did we pick and choose?
There should be no exceptions.
Murder's
murder. You know what I'm saying? We look at what we do to child molesters and women abusers.
Right, sure. But I mean,
at least the victims are alive. If you take somebody's life, bro, that should be.
But you gotta live with that abuse, though.
What you talking about?
Like child molesters and rapists, you gotta live with that fucking shit that happened to you. But murder is like, it's done.
No, look, that's a whole different convo.
It is. You're right. I was trying to justify letting Kendrick walk. I was trying to. Okay, that's all right. So here's a hot take. So a lot of people act like had Tupac survived the shooting, he would have like went on to be president and all this other shit. He had a lung removed.
Yeah.
He probably would have ended up sounding like the DOC. He would have, like, you got to think about that. So it's like he would have, because there's a lot of like Tupac, like kind of hate that's gonna go with Funkmaster Flex, and Tupac wasn't the super lyricist and all this other stuff, and he only had this many good albums that I'm not for, because I'm like a Pac fan. But I really think like had he survived that second shooting, because he had already been shot 5 times, he was like in good shape in a 24-year-old high metabolism way. But he wasn't like, he fucking smoked and drank too many, smoked cigarettes and drank a bunch of Hennessy. I think like he would have had his lung removed. He maybe wouldn't have walked. And then you got to think like, okay, eventually, if things still play out the same way, Dr. Dre still finds Eminem. Eminem definitely would have been throwing shots at Pac. Eminem threw shots at Pac on this Missy Elliott joint where he said, I pop pills and I pop that shit that got Tupac killed. So it's like, and that was probably like Drake putting shit in his ear and just like, hey, it would be cool if you said this, Slim. Because they had they little thing.
And Eminem can get away with stuff that other artists can't get away with.
That's true. That's true. So I think that had Pac lived, I think he would have been a mix between a casualty of like what can happen within the gangster rap genre, and then I think he also kind of would have been a punchline, because when he died, it was like Howard Stern and like Bill Maher and certain like white comics made jokes. Black comics didn't really touch it the same way. But had he lived, it would be like, oh, that nigga's still alive. We can make fun of him. I think he would have been kind of a bit of a punchline for a time.
I definitely agree with that. I think Tupac was such a martyr. He might be, I mean, one of the biggest martyrs of all time, you know, like up there with Jesus Christ and Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I think part of somebody being a martyr is the visualization. People remember them at their best.
Yeah.
Had you seen Tupac, like, you know, looking like a disabled person, I think that would have took away from, you know, so yeah, I could see that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, because even his music, you know, selling the way it did after he died, and, you know, like people still thinking he's alive out there, if they would have seen him in his deformed state, that would have really killed the thing that sells.
And then Biggie would have talked shit after too, like especially if he was alive. Like,
that's funny. Biggie, I don't think Biggie would touch that. If he ain't touching me,
no, but he had them shots on life after death though.
He had, you know, what he say? He said that line on that Jay-Z song. He goes, he said if
Faye had twins, she probably had 2 Pacs. Get it?
2 Pacs.
Yeah.
You know, I think the funny thing about that line is how the beat rocks after. And
that beat was a little off too.
Well,
that loop was a little off.
The difference is, since we're doing that, when you have experts, they can rap off the kilter, jump back on. Versus somebody who ain't never caught a beat in their life. So that's all. I
agree with you.
But yeah, I just think something's funny about saying harsh stuff over like a happy beat. I don't know what that is for me.
You was having fun with it. Give me your second hot hip hop take.
50 Cent is an R&B singer.
Really?
Yes. I think that 50 Cent people put him like, some people want to make him the hardest rapper of all time, or make him like he wasn't a DMX, bro.
Okay.
Like, you know, he's a crooner, like Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Now, the image that they pushed out was gangster, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But 50 Cent's best songs, you fell in love with the hook.
Yeah.
More than like the gangster stuff that he was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even like how Many Men hit. Many Men.
That was a Negro spiritual.
Bro. And it's like you feel it.
Yeah.
But it's him singing. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, one of the greatest verses of all time. And I really think if he did not put the game on it, I think this song would be legend. It's like he started a story and he didn't finish it. It was Hate It or Love It.
Yeah.
Bro, like growing up, I was confused when mama kissing the girl, abusing the fuse, growing up in the cold world. Daddy ain't around, probably out committing felonies. My favorite rapper used to say, check out my melody. I want to live good, so I figure I sell dope for a four-figure ring, one to go rope. Dog, where's the rest of that story? 50 Cent still hasn't finished that story.
Okay, mini poppin' hot take.
Yeah.
If the shit on the G Unit album and For Game's album, if 50 kept that for himself, he would have had one of the best sophomore hip hop albums of all time.
Of course. Because if we can be real, The Massacre, though it's one of the highest selling records of all time, it's definitely one of the worst records.
Yeah, I don't really revisit it
because he went super commercial. Like he was pandering. Because I guess the business side of him kicked in. He was like, oh, if I pander to women, the way Drake mastered it, 50 failed so Drake could succeed. Like he was pandering to women. It was cool, but don't nobody want to hear 50 talk about like women like that. If he would have poured that into his life the way he did in Get Rich or Die Trying, which is one of the greatest albums of all time, and debatably the greatest album. If he would have poured it into like that, it was his story. So I really feel like 50 Cent, you know, he didn't have to call it R&B. The same way Eminem, he makes rock and roll records, and they're presented as, that's probably my next take. I shouldn't say that. But
well, Chris Brown kind of raps. Like
Chris Brown raps.
Yeah, the way like Chris Brown kind of basically be rapping, like he's singing, but he rapping 50. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
If 50 Cent would have just fully tapped into the R&B, but just sung, rapped about his life, we would have got to Get Rich or Die Trying too.
Okay, so I got this. This may be a little tough. So Kendrick Lamar's last verse on Not Like Us, like, cool. I agree with it.
Okay.
But at the same time, all these Southern artists where Drake jumped on their songs, he made a lot of that shit better. And they benefited from it. Like, you look at like Black Boy JB, Look Alive, like, Drake brought so much charisma to that record, because it's like, if that's just Black Boy JB, that kind of sounds like some 80s shit. You and your crew, what you do. Like, it sounds like some fucking 1-2 and you don't stop. Like, it's Drake, like, because he's got that, because even like Migos, like, I love like Migos after 11 o'clock in 2018, but even Migos is like, same bubs, same shows, gang loose. And then like you get Drake like, we live like Sopranos. Oh nigga, that's my show. That's my shit. Like he can pop in that shit and he adds like that kind of like nice little bar work and some trap shit. Drake made a lot of like all the country niggas kind of pop a little bit more, for especially for us people that's not from the South.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would say when it comes to the Drake stimulus package, it definitely was a mutual thing. It wasn't as Kendrick painted a picture and it worked. You know what I'm saying? It just worked. Like,
great chess move.
Yeah, he's I'll play like this. I since I'm way more of a Kendrick fan, I admit it. I'm way more of a Kendrick fan than Drake. I only like one Drake album, and that's if you were reading this, it was Too Late.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, like, and we found out that album was contrived. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was you know, so I don't write Drake off completely, but I think that Kendrick has some great points. But that perspective was Kendrick's perspective specifically.
Yeah.
And it was
a wartime perspective.
Yeah. And if Drake was an artist I really liked, I would defend him more. But truth be told, like I'm not crazy about Drake. Like he makes.
You're also more of a Nas guy than a Jay-Z guy though too.
Facts. Yeah. But I'm a Jay-Z guy too. That's the thing. Okay. That's the a lot of people don't know that about. Like literally, because I'm such a Nas guy, they assume I hate Jay-Z. Bro, the American Gangster is my favorite Jay-Z album, and I will fight you for it. I think that people underrate the lyrics on that. and even his motivation at the time.
Fuck the Haven for caving. I love that. Made men ain't supposed to make statements.
Oh, that's
my shit.
That was the realest line in that whole thing. Yeah. That was like, it was so real because the Haven, he gave the Haven life.
Yeah.
Off that line. That's almost like a continuation of if I shoot you, I'm famous. You shoot. If I shoot you, what is that?
If you shoot me, you're famous. If I shoot you, I'm brainless.
Yeah. I was confused with the 50 line. That's
yeah.
But like that's to me the continuation because he's like him mentioning the Haven. The Haven got all these interviews. It was like, oh, you really did know Jay-Z.
Well, and the Haven was actually like the first street nigga that had like a relationship to a famous rapper that got on the internet. Like now it's like you got like Mob James and all these guys from Death Row and all these other eras, but in Chicago and all that. But he was like the first guy I can really remember of like being like
my boy, he cool with the Haven. So if he see that, he could be like, oh shit, the Haven gonna say something. But yeah, man, I'm a Jay-Z guy too. But when it comes to Drake, he just makes too many. I mean, I hate to say it, Kendrick hit him pretty hard when he said like, he said my first one like a last one. It's a classic. You don't have one. I think collectively people will probably say Take Care is Drake's classic, but I
think nothing was the same.
Nothing for me. If you're reading this, but I don't. He makes songs for women, bro. Like most of his music is so for women. You can even ask my homie that I grew up with. He used to find like I would have all these albums, like hardcore hip hop albums. He would find like the one track. I feel like that was a Def Jam requirement. Like you had to make a one track for the chicks, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And put like Ashanti or J-Lo, somebody else on there singing. And that was like I remember on Joe Budden, he had one song with like Lil Mo on it. And he would play it at the death. I'm like, bro, I skip that song every time. So Drake makes an album of those, bro. I'm not.
Wait, so your boy would come over and like look for the song with the chicks?
He loved, bro, his favorite rapper was Ja Rule. That says
I
everything.
like Ja Rule, but it's like after
Ja Rule made
third grade
songs for women, bro. That's what he was so good at. And 50 Cent took the baton and was like, "Oh, I got it." And Drake is the guy for the women.
You know, the thing is though, like for me, it's like I like the Drake shit where he's like I like Bob Ty's Drake. I like him when he says some hard shit.
Bob Ty's was cool, but it's the contents I think was. I'm like this. I like 8 out of 10, but the context ruins it. But that's not hard. Yeah. But it's like, bro, you talking about trying to smash another dude's wife, bro. Like,
Jeremy, you got one last hot take for us?
Last hot take.
I thought you had one more. If not, it's
no, I got one. You know, we can do this for days.
Yeah. We can.
All right, I will soften this one because I don't think it's fair if I say it the way I feel. I'm not crazy about KRS-One.
Same.
Yeah, I think like when people talk about hip hop legends and stuff, people that paved the way and all that stuff, I respect his, you know what I mean. But at the end of the day,
like the elders and his contributions, but
Rakim like way better.
If
like
I had $8 in 1980 something, I would go to Rakim or Kane,
Big Daddy
NWA
Kane,
before
bro. It's so many.
I go to.
Bro,
he's also insufferable in interviews. Like he's just like, if you look at hip hop in the scope, so when he says that rhyme, like in them QD3 documentaries back in the day, it was just like, oh, if you don't shut the fuck up with your community center ass, fucking
bro. And then this whole peace, love, and unity movement. I'm like, bro, can we be really real about this?
Yeah,
you started hip hop beef.
Yeah,
you the reason. Low key. You the reason why niggas killed each other today.
Didn't he get him shit fucked up or something? He fucked Chin up. Didn't he do?
I don't know about that part.
All right, she was a man.
Maybe I don't know. I just say the fact that
we can talk about shit that niggas can order off the senior citizen meal. We can talk about shit.
I just say, hey, that's one of my biggest hip hop takes. I just think that like, you know, KRS is slightly overrated. I'm not gonna say he's fully overrated, but just slightly in the sense.
I think Kane's. Well, all right. Let me.
I like Kane.
Here's what I think. I look at 80s hip hop like 80s NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just very analog. Like it's like it's cool, but it's like okay, Magic looks cool out there. Okay, Bird kind of looks like shit Luka does now, but it's like it's not the same as watching The Last Dance and seeing all the shit Jordan and Penny and all them was doing in the 90s and Shaq and Hakeem with the footwork. Like it's not the same.
Well, it paved the way, and there's some of it in comedy too. We probably don't admit it as much, but in the sense of like, you saw them do that. You go, oh, I feel like I can do that and a little better. So it got improved. But yeah, just when I like I said, I can excuse a lot of people when I listen to it. It's just when I listen to KRS One, I be like, all right, bro. Like that's it. I mean, but Big Daddy Kane, like I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? KRS One, I get it. Kumo D, I get it. It's so many of them. LL Cool J, I get it. Fresh Prince, I get it. It's so many of them.
I think it's because you're just saying the positive community shit that then people act like it was better than it was.
Yeah, that might be.
And it's like, I'd rather listen to Public Enemy. Chuck D is great.
Bro, Chuck D,
you know what I'm saying? Game soundtrack.
Bro, I be like, you know, and it's not like,
what's the game? He got game. She got game. Like,
Slick Rick. I mean, it's just so many that I'm just like, oh, I get it, bro. Like, you don't have to be Kendrick Lamar for me to get it.
I get how Slick Rick got us to Snoop. Yeah.
Bro, come on, right? But it's just when I hear, it's funny. Like, you talk about industry nigga. Bro, I burned a couple of relationships on your podcast, so thank you.
All right, so in the segue closing out, Jeremy, do you have anything coming up you want to plug?
When does this come out?
Probably Monday. Probably.
Monday? All right, cool. So
I know you're at the store tomorrow.
Store, yeah, that's not gonna make it. That's not making it. That's not making it. I'll be at the Moxie Theater on August 29th in Denver, Colorado, and I'll be at Frontier Brewing in Casper, Wyoming, the 30th. Yeah, so please get your tickets. I'll start advertising that on Monday. Yeah, get your tickets, please. These are theaters, guys, so help me.
Yeah,
sell them out. There it is. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, industry handshake. And also, for all you motherfuckers like that want to see this do well, leave a comment, like, you know, that shit helps, you know, that shit helps the algorithm and all that stuff, because all you people be like, hey, great show, you don't fucking say nothing, leave a comment, so leave a fucking comment, and then I can get back to cooning properly.
I'm about to say, I'm campaigning for Coon Lyall. Coon Lyall needs to you need to make the comeback, bro. Bring that back, bro. I'm just saying, that was your high period, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
I was getting a lot of money then too, so
let's go. What are we talking about?
When I was in I wasn't connected. I was in the Bay. I wasn't around no real shit neither. Like, don't nothing matter in Oakland. So I'm just like, yeah, fuck you niggas. You a bitch. Yeah, let's get on the bitch. And I was like grabbing white bitch consensually. They was down with it too. But you remember when I had the white bitches at the Westwood spot? You remember I was coon, and then you said like, hey man, she was a 6, but you acted like she was a 10. You said that to me like right after. I remember that. It was college years. It was fun.
I hate when people bring like real shit I said back to me. In the moment, I could be like, yeah, I stand on that. When people bring it back to me, I'm like, oh God, I said that. Yeah, I think that one I remember saying that. Anyway. All right. Thank you, bro.